Hello. I have a video that I was not planning on doing, but maybe this will help some people because let me tell you, we have had a very frustrating couple weeks. Well, a few weeks, multiple weeks, and then I thought I fixed it, um, but it's not fixed. So the issue we've been having is electric fence issues, and I thought I solved the problem with a bigger energizer. So that's going to be the solution, right? Well, yes, my fence was hotter, but it was still not sufficient. And we have been dealing with pigs getting out. So everyone always said, when I first got into pigs, I would hear, oh, I would never get into pigs because they keep getting out. It's very frustrating. I was like, oh, I never really had a problem. That's because I had a small area, a good sized energizer on it, and just a few pigs. Well, as I'm growing and getting more pigs, expanding my fence lines, yes, it has become a problem. And it's very frustrating when you have pigs getting out constantly. So I upgraded my charger, found a great deal on Marketplace. Like, yeah, this is gonna be it. Um, this is gonna solve our problem. And it is hotter and it's helping one area, but still not sufficient in the other. So if you are familiar with fences, you're probably yelling at me right now. It's your grounding system. So I did not even think when I got the new charger, yeah, I need to upgrade my ground system. So I went from and I'll show you what I have here. I went from a 2.2 joule to a 15 joule fence charger. So you need to increase your ground rods significantly when you do that. So that is what we're getting ready to do. And I'm gonna show you what I'm gonna do. Maybe I'm still messing up. I'm hoping it's gonna be proper now. Who's going to bed? What? Really inappropriate. Sorry about that. So maybe, I hope I'm doing this right. So I'm new to electric fencing. I'm self-taught, YouTube taught. So you experts out there, this might be really frustrating for you. But if you're new and you just need, maybe to see what not to do, I can probably help you with that. So I'll show you what I currently have and what I'm going to be upgrading to. So this is my new bigger energizer. Got a good deal on Marketplace on this thing. And this is the current ground rod. So I know all you're like, oh my gosh, like that's horrible. So yeah, it's rebar. It's cheaper and it'll work with the smaller ones, but not great. So this was the one I had and it worked pretty good. Probably could have been better with a better ground system. And this is the new one. So instead of rebar, we're going to be upgrading to galvanized ground rod, and you need to match that with galvanized wire. And I actually have clamps this time instead of just wrapping it around the post. But let me tell you, I mean, this ground rod has worked for a couple years with this system for a small area. Not small, I mean, I'd say a couple acres. But I'm going to more and more. So I want this to work. So this should be sufficient for the amount of wire I have, but I'm not getting the charge I need because it's lacking in the grounding system. So let me show you what I got. All right, so this is what I got from Southern States. I got 4 rods. I'm planning on using 3. I'm hoping 3 will be enough. I might need more, we'll see. But these are 5/8 inch ground rods, galvanized. Oh, I don't know how long they are. At least 6 feet. I'm gonna want 6 feet in the ground, but I need about 4 inches sticking up out of the ground to put the clamps and wire on. So let's see how it goes. Okay, this is what I'm doing. This is one 6-foot galvanized ground rod. I'm going 10 feet This is my second one. I'm using a T-post pounder to pound them in. And then, that gets a little bit hard when you're going down. So I'm going to use the sledgehammer to get it further in there and leave about 4 to 5 inches above ground. I am running them along the bottom of the fence line. So, we won't trip on it, and it'll kind of be out of the way, and just, good spot to keep it. I just got wire hooked up to the ground rods. So this is the end. So just kind of wrapped it around. So it goes through the top and then out the bottom to the next one. And just runs along the bottom of my poly wire fence. Here's the next one. I got a bug in my face. So I just put it in the top and it comes out the bottom to the next one. So we're going to test the before and after. So if you want to see how much it costs for me to upgrade my grounding system, this is at Southern States, a local hardware store in Conover, North Carolina. Each ground rod costs $17.95. I'm using 3. I bought 4, but I'm only using 3. I got the wire, it was only $5.49. And clamps were $3.69 each. I got 3 of those. So it cost me $94.55. You could take off 18. So, oh my gosh, this bug is in my face. Take off $18 for that extra ground rod. And that's how much it costs to upgrade my grounding system. Alright, so I have the Energizer on right now with the old grounding system. So I'm getting up to 6,000 volts on the bottom. Middle wire, same. Top wire. The top wire, okay, good, is the same. Okay, so that's actually pretty good. But let's see if our new grounding system makes a difference. All right, so I have the ground connected to the Energizer. Go to here, and it's one continuous wire. So just one continuous, it's not broken up. My next thing is I'm gonna put a 4x4 post in the ground here and mount the Energizer onto the post. So right now it's just sitting on the ground, so eventually it will be mounted. But let's test it and see if this even made a difference. All right, so honestly, I don't know if it even made a difference over here. I don't know if you can see it. I was trying to see if it got to 7,000 volts. I'm getting 6,000. You probably can't see it on the video. Maybe you can. But I am not getting up to 7,000. So I thought it would be off the charts. Oh, maybe it is. Well, I feel like, okay, I am seeing it. Well, thought it did. Trying to see if it gets to there. I'm not seeing it on the 7,000. It's at the 6. So let's see if it made a difference at the far end of the fence. Okay, well, honestly, I don't know if it made a difference at all. The far end is still at 3,000 volts. So what I'm trying to do is get another paddock hotter. I have a further paddock connected to the original paddock. So the Energizer is connected to an area. And then I have a new area that's a little bit further apart. And I just have them connected by wire. And the further part is just not getting as hot as I wanted it to. And that's where the pigs are getting out. And it's registering at 3,000 volts. The original paddock is at 6,000. So it's sufficient, but the one that's connected to it just isn't getting hot enough. And I was hoping upgrading this grounding system was going to take care of that problem, but it's still reading the same. So I feel like I had to do something right. It has to be a little bit better because I went from 1 rebar post to 3 galvanized ground rods with galvanized wires. I feel like it should be something should be better about it. We'll just see if it keeps the pigs in or not. I don't know. I feel like I just did a lot of work and spent some money and did not get any better results. So sometimes that happens. We'll see. Hopefully the pigs will stay in. This bug is still like in my face. I have another fence charger. Its battery is dead. So as soon as I get a 9 volts, I'm going to try the new fence tester. Don't know what I just said. Fence tester. I have another fence tester. I'm going to try that. I feel like what I did is sufficient. I feel like I did a good job. So if you have any suggestions, I'm at a loss. You know, I'm learning this stuff. Electric fencing, it can be a blessing, but it can also be really frustrating. So if you have any suggestions for me, I'll take them. I feel like I did a good job with no different results, so that can be frustrating sometimes. But you know, I showed you what I did. If you have any suggestions, I'll take them. But that's how it is sometimes. But that's all I got. So feeling a little frustrated. Maybe I will have an update later and some good results. We'll see. All right, take care.